into a room, they like siphon energy. So yeah, that's what's up. Okay, that's the message I got for you. If it resonated, hit like. Um, this I'm gonna be doing another video a little bit later. So now that I've gotten this energy out, I'm gonna post it. Maybe we can move back into our regularly scheduled videos where we don't bring up that kind of stuff.
Happy
But
and
ultimately,
rising.
realism. Yeah. So it's like, okay, we gotta get real though, because we are.
Yeah. Very proud of that collective. I'm seeing people are getting brave by the day.
Okay, this person was acting on their evil.
Unicorn
So
Visions Tarot. Make sure you follow her. Right? It's 288 views. Yeah, 288 views.
Justice, let's get real. Justice is happening, okay, in your favor. So it just is what it is. And the amazing thing that I want to commend you on is I know that deep down in your heart, you actually love this person, okay? You really do. Because you understand the pain of what it is to be separated from source and to be in a negative energy like that. And you've risen out of that depth. And so this person is going to have to do that too, or repeat. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you've got the spiritual
Thank
freedom.
you for your patience.
Your inner freedom.
What day is it today? Depends on what day you land on this video.
And not to mention,
on my side of the planet is Wednesday.
Is so true. Like people can feel it from a mile away. People know you're genuine. People know that when you come into a reality, when you are talking to them, that you are genuine. Okay, you're not a liar. You're not a fake. You don't manipulate. You just resonate in this genuine, authentic inner freedom and bliss and love and kindness and like.
Brought to you by hand sanitizers.
Golden child.
Okay? Vitamin E.
And God's golden child can't be fucked with. Okay,
Facts.
just that you can't. Okay, so patience and trust in the situation is going in your favor, 100%. Okay. All right. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next message, and put this together. Take a deep breath and just sort of like center ourselves and just like we just call upon spirit and we say.
And buy the apples with the actual seeds in it.
And we also are calling back all of our anything siphoned energetically.
Jay McGuire.
Anything that came against you that caused distortion, you're calling back your energy clean.
And say you're multifaceted.
Because this is not okay. All right.
It's never okay.
And,
siphon from your own loved ones, from your own kids.
So much, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hey everyone, thank you.
Let's get out there. Yes, people, at your next video. I got some videos to catch up with, but I was compelled to drop in and do this video for the collective. Welcome back, first and foremost, to another episode of Welcome Back to Zoe's Universe. Whew. Honestly, collective, it feels like we're for my Star Wars fans, okay? If you know, you know. I feel like we're the rebels. We're gearing up. Some people are nervous, a little shaky-legged. And we're all inspiring each other. Like, we can do this. We can destroy the Death Star. We can get rid of the Sith, all right? We can get rid of the Empire. We can get rid of the Empire finally, all right? And all the evil energies, we can eradicate them. If they ain't repenting, let's get rid of it. So I just feel like we're in the cosmic doing all these special aerobatic maneuvers in the sky and shit, just shooting the bow tie. I forgot what all the crafts are called now because I'm just so excited. The X-Wings and bow tie, something. I'm me saying I'm a Star Wars fan, right? And I can't remember all the shit names. I've always been like that. Like I like certain songs. I gotta hear it to remember the lyrics. I've heard the song 1,000 times, but if someone wants me to jump on the karaoke stage, it'll be like I've never heard the song. It's like I hear the melody in my head. Hence, when I was younger, I always used to do renditions. I used to ride on my training wheel bike throughout my own neighborhood. After my dad would be riding us around, and it was like in the 80s. The la 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 bum ba. La 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 bum ba da 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 la 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 bum. That was one of my first songs that stained my brain. Every time we jumped in the car to go to Giants, go shopping anywhere, you take us to. I think back in the day it was Wonder World, and then later in the '90s became Six Flags, King's Dominion. Just wherever we went, we would be having the radio on. You know what I'm saying? Hence my love and affinity towards music, right? But I know I'm bouncing around. But basically, I feel like we're the rebels and we destroyed the Death Star. Right? You guys were doing your dance and you were distracting the Empire. And then I flew in like Luke Skywalker right in the Death Star, hit him right in the G spot, sweet spot. Flew away just in time after Obi Wan told me, "Use the Force, Luke." And you see the little my missiles go right towards the hole, and Death Star blows up, from the distance. And then us and the Ewoks are just partying, and C-3PO and R2-D2, and we just having a blast. I turn over my shoulder and I see my ancestors and everybody smiling in their holy essence form, their original form, right? Some people call it ghost. If you know, you know. So that's what I feel like us collectively has done. So I want us to give ourselves a round of applause first and foremost, all right? Woo! That's the Ric Flair fucking bare chested nature boy celebration right there. Just slapping your chest, all right? Like some Brock Lesnar shit, you know what I'm saying? Just hunky shoulders, just that alpha male type shit. Or alpha female, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Stay drinking your water. I'll see an Orco Isis daily. You gotta stick with the water, right? And we don't run them over with a car with your energy. I almost fumbled there, dude. I lost some points. Scorecard judge like, all right, so pick it up now. Hence it's like 4 in the morning or something like that. No, it's not that. It's not that. It honestly may have been Tuesday still when I said Happy Grand Rising. It's Wednesdays. Could be off. Let's check the time, Steve. Oh, it's 12:56, so I was correct. On my side of the planet, it's 12:56, Wednesday, June 24th. Oh, and a side note, I talked to my neighbor from the Biggie Small story earlier yesterday. And guess what, y'all? He lost his second phone with the evidence on it. So he told me earlier he knocked on the door, wanted me to roll him up a funnel J. You see, smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes occasionally too. So I rolled him up a funnel J, and then he told me, he's like, "Man, I'm sorry, man. I was acting crazy, and I'm sorry if I said that project manager was in your place and he wasn't." In my mind, I'm sitting there, I was like, "Okay, all right, what's going on now?" I appreciate the apology. I like people that's real, straight up, and apologetic, and just transparent as much as they can be, right? So he told me all this, and I just mentally put a check note. I was like, okay, so this now he lost evidence, but he's documenting, doing this thing like I'm doing my thing daily. Hence, a lot of people got their panties in a bunch. They just don't want me to keep on being expressive and being authentic. I don't know why. It's like they got something to hide, right? Why would you be putting so much energy and attempting to trying to stop God's chosen ones, and they keep on failing miserably? I don't know why they're doing that unless if they have something to hide, right? Why not be transparent? If you guys are Christian and stuff, come on out here and just be real. But long story short, based off of the Good Vibes Tarot or Unicorn Tarot read, I may have dyslexically said your name, sweetie. Forgive me. And I'm working on my Hulk Hogan buzzwords that I address towards you ladies, like babe, sweetie, darling, all that stuff. For real, I'm not a womanizer. You know what I mean? Like I want to be respectful as best as possible. So hopefully it resonates with my right collective, and you're not all out here. Oh, why do you call people sweetie? Everybody calling sweetie babes. I'm working on it. Okay, I mean nothing but respect. But based off of the unicorn tarot reading that I was just listening to, I was noticing she was nervous a few times during her video of the topic she was talking about a stepmom being exposed, and now See, I was attempting to put it in a sense. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real. All right, Murray, listen, Murray Burroughs. You know I love you. Okay, you know I always have loved you, and you and I have always had a little. We've always had a little button heads. Okay, because in Turkey when you met my dad, I didn't like you at all. I told my dad, hey, this is not the woman. You put a love spell on him. You did what you did, okay? And you hired people, you got money, and you're doing what you're doing. And if I'm wrong with any of this, because I've already apologized to you, I'm sorry, but now I'm following my spirit and my gut. The video she was talking about is how my dad finally can see that he was hoodwinked, okey doked, and he was mistreated because of how the cosmic test is been going, and he sees how cold hearted you have been through this whole thing, and how you just want me out in the cold and said don't want shit, no love, nothing. And every time I go over your house in DC, I've noticed your energy's always been low, and I always had to lift it up. Okay, so everything makes cosmic sense now. We need to stop playing the game, but I still love you. We've had our spits and spats, but it's just done. It's exposed. The gig's up. And if I'm totally wrong, then I want to be proven wrong. So what the fuck you talking about? It's not just that. I'm such and such. Whatever it is, I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna stand on business, stand on my ground. It is what it is. You're not my enemy, okay? That's what I'm learning. I was like, I'm not even gonna play this game no more because I'm learning how energies work and how I have to take the higher road. Just operate out of true love, Christ consciousness. That's really the whole name of the game. You love, you forgive, you treat one another like you would want to be treated yourself. So we're gonna stop playing the game. I've been I stopped playing the game a long time ago, but I'm defending myself at all times and all my collective out here. So bottom line, she was getting braver throughout the video. She's like, I didn't even want to post this, but we're posting this because she pulled out two cards back to back. You got to keep it real in justice. Egyptian cards, and then she started laughing because it's time. It's time. It's been time to stop faking the funk. Hence, my agitation at times and my highly disappointed attitude towards some people or a lot of people in the tarot community. If the shoe fits, it fits. How you're hiding behind cards. I don't know why you're not as puppy chested, as confident as me. I really never understood that since I was a little wee wee. I told people what to do, and my brother Mark's like, you can't tell people to do it. And my mom's like, yes, you can. I'm showing you how to do it. It's simple. Then everyone's showing me daily that I'm just a Superman that landed in Smallville. So what I'm doing is not normal. It's just another Tuesday to me, but to y'all, you get astonished and shit. So sometimes I sit back and you go, you gotta give yourself more credit. I was like, I've been giving myself credit. I'm just a humbly credited. I'm attempting to be balanced daily without slapping the bitch and going off my emotions so this false narrative can work in their favor. Okay, I see the laying minds and the eggshells they wanted me to walk on. They bred me for this like a pit bull for over 44 years. By the way, Joker, I saw your story. You took a picture of like a warning sign for people that are out in public. If they cross this certain threshold destination, be warned that they're being filmed, and if any injury happens, you can't be sued, and your likeness and images can't be. It will be used yada yada without your authorization, something like that. And I looked at it, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I've never seen something like that ever, but I wasn't meant to. And this is some Truman Show shit. I was like, that is fucking wild. I got highly heated when I saw that sign. I was like, who the fuck is going to tell me I can't cross this area and then you're going to be using my likeness, bada bing? And most people say, I don't like to be on TV. It just opened up a new world for me, even though I've heard a lot about the Truman shows. I've been violated, yada yada. Old timeline. I'm just keeping it keeping it a buck like I always going to keep it until I'm proven wrong. Okay, I have to tap into the Most High. That's how I get my spiritual downloads. My community is this small. But I've been realizing there's no buts. That's just for lack of words. People have been reaching out to me. I appreciate the people that's reached out to me that I've communicated with. Okay, let's just keep it like that. I don't need to be putting everyone's names out there. But yeah, you and me, Marie, the shit. Let's just stop being obsessed with me. All right, just stop being obsessed. Okay, that's why I said earlier, I was like, hey, I'm just going to stay on my foundation because my soul knows before my flesh. I got to stop doubting my instinct and all the pieces I've been putting together for over 44 years and doubt myself to fit y'all's narrative. It's not happening no more. I'm my own individual, will always be my own individual. You're my stepmom. You didn't even give birth to me, okay? So just stop all this ciphering shit for your own health. Otherwise, you're off the planet. You're done. I don't care who is upset about this message. I talked to Bryant when he was with Jill on the phone. He's supposed in Philadelphia, and Jill called me. I was like, "Hey, stop calling Bill for rides. He's upset. He's gonna put a restraining order on me." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I'm asking him for rides a few times to go to get some fucking weed down the street." But his wife doesn't like that, and he told me one day, "Yeah, I was telling my wife and the neighbor about it. I took you down to get some dope." He's old school. He's like 81 years young, so it's just from that era. Not wrong, but they were like upset with him for taking me around to get some. So yada yada. They're like, just don't call him again. They're just trying to warn you so Bill won't press charge. I was like, why is everybody getting all salty and want to fucking do the most when I'm asking them for what I'm asking them for due to the fact that I've been basically deserted from my family. I can't call nobody for this type of shit because yada yada. You know the story. Check my previous videos. I don't like going backwards, but this is what the ancestors, my spirit team is telling me to say. So all of us as a collective can get braver and start helping one another. Stop doing this for Lois Lane, Jonah Jameson type of content just to get you paid off of someone else's story that's actually going through the battlefield and shit. But that's another time, another story. So, and Jill and Brian were talking about how Jill's like, "Yeah, I go to Marie's house. I go to your stepmom's house every now and then, yada yada." So it's just all this shit is just fucking annoying. It's done. Give it up. You're older than me, yada yada. Give the fucking shit up. I've already called you guys out a long fucking time ago. I'm tired of the lies. I told you in the old state I would beat the shit out of y'all for stealing and putting me in those situations. Okay, but luckily God got this whole situation, and I have to love and forgive and surrender. But baby Jace, I didn't like you from the jump, and now you even validating why I don't like your evil ass even more. But I still forgave, but I'll never forget that nasty entity that's in your body, and I've always seen it resonate in your ass like a venom symbiote. And if you don't like anything I say, send your spiritual hitman on the Eastern Stars. I don't care. They'll be destroyed again. I'll beat their ass in my drawers. Okay? I think I told your son Brian on the phone. I said, I would love to drop kick him. When he said, I was going to beat your ass when you were talking sideways to my mom, I was like, I would love to drop kick you. Jill's like, shut up. I was like, Jill, ever since my dad passed away, I ain't playing games. I would love to slap a bitch. And she called me immediately after we hung up and shit. And she's like, I'm so sorry, Zoe. I didn't mean to disrespect you. I didn't mean that you and Brian were talking and this, and I couldn't get a word in. I was like, I appreciate the apology. Okay. My girl, Ashley Lomax, sorry, I'm being honest. You reached out. I appreciate that. Okay. And we talked. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. We learning. Well, I'm learning daily how to communicate. She checked me. She's like, you should never talk to me like that, especially with all the stuff we've been through. And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised too. We've been through a lot of stuff, and I just been left for hanging. So, bada bings. Okay, that was a personal conversation. I'm just letting you know I'm transparent. I can't lie. So when I'm on a route download, it just comes out. But whatever. That's my way of documenting shit to cover my ass. Like my dad used to say, always cover your ass. Take care of your business before your business takes care of you. Keep your receipts. This is my damn receipts. Thank you, Spirit Team. So I told Jones' son I'll drop kick him. I'm not scared of nobody. I know I'm embodied with God and I'm the second coming of Christ, so I don't deal with any fucking demons, low level entity shit. I'm John Constantine. I exorcise bitches out of bodies. So I'm not fighting with any people. I'm fighting powers and principalities. So get your nasty ass together, okay? Or you out of here. Okay, you've been out of here really in my life. But I'm just documenting this for the final fucking time. So I can stop seeing Megan and saying, oh, well, you got an evil family. And they're just looking at you as like, this is not in our family. You can't have the DNA like this. We're telling you and telling the people that you're a prostitute. You're doing funny things for money. All of your fucking lies and projections when you guys are doing the orgies and sleeping with one each other and putting your tongues in buttholes and all that type of shit, doing witch magic and fucking, you're nasty as fuck. That's what a lot of these fucking secret societies do, okay? If you don't like what I said, talk to me, okay? That's what it is. And I'm probably going to see he needs some more healing, Alonzo. Shut the fuck up. Everybody that says that shit, shut the fuck up. I've done all the healing that you guys will not do, hence you have no accountability in your life, okay? get paid off my story. That's how you live. That's how you go on vacations. That's how you get hotels. That's how you get gifted. That's how you get super chats. It's all for me and my energy. Stop fucking around. That's what it is. You love the new fucking Alonzo's, the new villain in your story. You love it or leave it. I don't give a shit. I don't bite the tongue. No governor's pin, Rowdy Piper with they live glasses. I've been known what it is. Been telling you what it is. You've been saying I've been crazy because you don't want to own up to fighting the government and the system and shit. You guys are scared, weak pussies. Okay, then that felt great to say. But you know, underneath of that is still tough love. I'm going to get up here and talk to you while I'm sipping on my Kermit the tea water skis. She. That felt fucking great. Because when my soul gets agitated, it's letting me know that something's out there, that it's not right. Because when I encounter good God's children energy, I want to overflow. That's why I love my body and how it's set up in the alert system we have. If someone's near me that has good energy, I want to overflow you with love and compassion and guide you and do some mentorship. Not in that sense, but I just want to help. I want to just communicate and create all day with you. But if I ever encounter hateful energies, I've always get hesitant. Don't want to be near people. I'm very resilient. I don't want to be with y'all asses. Something's telling me, spirit, your self-preservation is telling me before my flesh realize what's going on. There's something's up with this person. They don't have good intentions. There's something's wrong. Stay away. And that's always kept my ass safe when I follow my first instinct. But when I don't, I doubt, oh, that's family, that's blood. I always prove myself right in hindsight. So I'm following my instinct, even as tough and uncomfortable as it may be. You think I want to sit here and talk about a stepmom that's helped me get my grades better, give me money, help me out and shit, but that was due to a conveyor ship program. So yada yada, you know the fucking story. That's why they're running back my fucking money and more with God's sprinklage on them to saw a guy like that. Okay, they just don't like my authenticity because they wear a mask around their community that they're all fucking high and mighty and their morals are better when deep down inside they're filthy as fuck. They have no morals. They can't even call themselves a Christian if they've been stealing so damn much. Okay, that's why they don't go out in public. They sit at home in their bedrooms on a tablet looking at all social medias. Because when I saw Marie looking at all the damn social media shit when I lived with her years ago, I was like, damn, I didn't even know Marie was on social media and TikTok and shit like that. But she always had TikTok and shit on. Every time I was like, Marie, why don't you go outside and get some sunlight? Nah, I got antidepressant. I need to take a nap. I need to take a headache. I got a headache. I need to do this. I was like, Marie, you gotta stop being depressed. Get out here. I can't tell you what to do, but come on now. You got $1 million, something in the bank. You should be enjoying your life. Get George out the house like you told me to come to your house years ago, and that to get him out because he's now a roommate. You're not sleep with him, this and that. But every time I went and I did what you asked me to do, yeah, he got mad. You got mad. Saying, stop, Zell. And I'm about to call the cops. You remember that incident? Okay, then I remember it vividly. I was like, damn, you sold me out, Marie. When you called me when I was in the basement of my dad's house in Whitmer Court, begging me basically, hey, Elijah, can you come back and stay with me? I loved when you played the meditative music and raised the vibration because all they played was fucking news and negative shit every time. And they were arguing about yada yada. You know how the households are always fucking controlled by the social media. So can you come and help the energy? And I want you to help get George out for me, or I'm going to get George out because I want to travel the world. I'm about to retire soon. And you can look over my house and take care of my pets. That's the arrangement. And I got a condo. And all this shit that you had planned out and you told me to plan. And then when I executed it, then you got upset and you flipped the script. That's when I knew another red flag of your ass. So call me out and please tell me I'm a liar. Okay, then. You won't. So that microphone dropped. But once again, I still love you. I'm just getting all this shit out of my chest. I don't need it no fucking more. Okay, I don't need to keep on seeing your hired goons all on all the live chats and shit because you miserable with your own fucking life. Get a fucking life or get the fuck out of my life. Baby J's, that felt good to say. And I'm encouraging all my collective, if you have anybody that like that in your life, family, I don't give a fuck who it is. If they violating your spiritual fucking authority, get them out your fucking life. It was 24:33 on the time, Steve. You know, you know. 9-9 in this bitch. And completion is done. So thank you, spirit teams. I didn't even want to do it, but that's them saying they want to block my throat chakra. They want me to doubt my intuitions and shit. It ain't happening. I've been to spiritual shit humbly. Sit your ass down somewhere. You out of my energy for life. Hence, You're fucking shrinking like Lestat in fucking Interview with the Vampire when Louis came and visited him and you fucking scooted across the floor and you had little rat tails in your mouth and shit. And then your ass looked like a little bitch in front of Louis when you the whole time was trying to make Louis look like a little bitch. Uno reversal. Yeah, that's a bitch, isn't it? That's an apple biter. That's an apple biter right there. I don't give a fuck if you don't like how I address the messages. Who the fuck are you? Nobody. Actually, you know who you are. You're the person that's running back my big bag, and everybody in public now knows who you are, who you really are. Oh, that feels great. That's why everybody in the family hates me because they can't be this real. They still wearing masks and shit, and they older than me. Damn, living a false life must feel horrible. But my kids, and my wife, we're gonna be authentic in this bitch. We changing the world, hence you all been scared for me to step in my throne and put my true fucking crown on. You didn't want to see the true King Arthur and Merlin and this bitch teamed up. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You didn't want to see Cleopatra and Isis walking in this bitch barefoot, getting everybody to follow the beat of their drum. You wanted to be the fucking high priestess, but you ain't. Bugs Bunny choose. What you gonna do about it? You gonna be real? You gonna repent? Or you gonna keep on trying to hire and do some shit that immediately backfires to your ass? Your health is dwindling. So yeah, I don't even want to connect any more dots. I don't even want to. Shit. We can do more exposure, but I ain't Jerry Springer today. I just got that shit out just to get it out so everybody knows my side of the story. Now, Collective, it's time for you to tell your story. And I was like, I've been telling my story for over 14 years. I've been on YouTube, and that's just on YouTube alone. Okay, I'm not talking about MySpace. I ain't talking about Facebook. I ain't talking about Instagram. I ain't talking about. Shit. I was gonna say Threads, but that's new. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I've been on more than fucking YouTube for 14 years. I've been out here. Okay, that's how y'all been getting the bag. Confirmation, bitches. And it's all due respect. Okay, I'm talking to the entities that's in your body. But if the shoe fits and you're offended, then you must be offended for a reason. So let's move on. But I love how my collective are getting braver. Okay, confirmation, bitches. That's basically what we're out here to do. Save God's children. Don't bite our tongues no more. Stop masking shit. I know at times I just want to come down, meet you at your level, because I meet everybody. I'm a chameleon. I'm not high and mighty on my own shit. You better come. The only thing I demand about my boundaries is you better come at me correct, and I mean come at me truthful and be real. Don't come with some alternative motive shit because you will fucking be destroyed on sight. Period. So if you come at me real and legit, wherever you're at, and you're willing to grow, I'm more than willing to help you out. You already know I'll give you the shirt off my fucking back. Okay? So stop fucking around with God's chosen one. You already know. It's the proof's been in the pudding. Bill Cosby face. You don't have that. You need groups and all that same shit I keep on saying in every fucking video. My collective are getting braver by the day. Like Oshun Investigates been fucking brave. I heard in one of her previous videos yesterday, she was talking about, hey, people know I got a daughter. I ain't playing games. People want to come my energy. They're getting fucked up. I think she said proudly that she took down 8 people. I heard that number twice. Like, I'm fucking proud of you, girl. She said that with pure conviction. Titties, nipples, all out. I took down 8. Yeah, shit. I got a daughter. Nobody's fucking around with me. I took down 8 people. I was like, baby J's. I was thinking about in jail when I got jumped, how many people was on top of me, and I held my own as long as I could. I don't even know how many people was that, because there was a lot of people in the break room when I stood in front of that Jerry Springer episode, and I was like, if anybody don't tell me who stole my clementines when I was in court on my mom's birthday, I'm taking a tray of dinner every night until someone confesses. And if you don't like it, talk to me. Basically, I was terrified in front of that TV looking at some killers and shit. Like, stopping there, Jerry Springer and shit. I immediately saw a Simpsons episode, like a parody in my mind. As soon as I was done making my announcement, they looked at each other like, all right. They just piled on me, just beat me to death and shit, right? But it didn't happen. They like to cut them a G out. I held it down. So I don't even know how many people came at me, but I was still living. And you held yourself down and you took down 8. Very fucking proud. Kind of reminds me when I was in Power Plant in Baltimore. I was with DJ Sick Turtle and Monty. DJ Sick Turtle had a gig at some bar in Power Plant. I was drunk. This is my party times when I used to infiltrate in a lot of clubs to get us gigs and shit just to promote, do my thing. But I pushed it too far. Even I knew I did. I was drunk and Sick Turtle was me and Sick Turtle walked in the club. I had some flyers, I believe. He walked ahead of me, getting ready for the gig or something like that. And I was talking to the manager, and the manager was like, "Nah, you can't come in." And I was cocky back then, and I didn't let nobody stop me. I was like, "I'm getting back there. I know such and such." They knew I was drunk and I was wilding out. So they're like, "You gotta go." So I walked outside, and there's this puffy chest officer. It's like, "Oh, were you causing problems?" I don't remember the dialogue. I just remember what happened. I was like, "Man, leave me alone," something like that. So he grabbed my arm. And then I remember this tactic is called turn into a statue. It's like some Bruce Lee shit, or become like water. So like he tried to grab my arm. I had a fleece or a jacket on. I like some Steven Seagal shit. So he like slipped. Didn't have no grip. And his partner grabbed me from the other arm. I like did some Steven Seagal shit. He slipped. And I had 3 or 4 other officers trying to take me down, and I was standing like a statue, and they couldn't take me down at all. They couldn't. It was like four or five puffy chest cats, and I swear to God, I ain't lying. You can ask Monty McMillan about this story, because he saved my ass that night. And then one cat, there was like a 6th cat that finally had to like John Madden tackle me, my back of my knee, like some Stone Cold Steve Austin, my braced up knee. I'm just making an analogy. They had to fucking John Madden tackle my back knee for me to buckle a little bit, and then they put their knee on the side of my neck, and that's when I knew it was real. I was like, I ain't trying to get George Floyd up. But this was way before George Floyd. Just the way the neck felt, the way the knee felt on my neck on that concrete. I was like, all he had to do was put a little bit more pressure in my neck. And I was a giraffe that night. I would have had a giraffe neck. So I knew. I was like, all right. But I was proud of myself. And then Monty came out and was like, no, I know this guy. He's a promoter. Boom, boom, boom. They all looked at him, and Monty has to gift the gab. He said this a few times. I don't need to get on this reminiscence story. The Mickey D story when Mike had the hell face when we were at the Red Box Air. The cops pulled us over right 5 minutes away from our apartment. That's when the cops always get you. I'll get back to that story. But basically, Monty saved me from going to the Binger. So I'll just end it there because I could have went longer. I was so drunk, I tried it a second time. I just took off the clothes and I did the change of apparel, and I tried to sneak in. And they called me, and then I ended up in the police Brinks or something, the barracks or something like that. It was in Baltimore, a little holding cell. It was so funny to me because I was there. I talked myself out of it, of course, and then they let me go, and then I had to talk to Mike, and then they had to give me the keys. I had to wait in the car shit while they were partying. So I yuffed that night completely. So hence I don't drink like that. I don't drink, period. No, that's a lie. I don't drink. I drink on very rare occasions. But that was back in the day. That was like early 2000s. But either way. But yeah, once me, Mike, and Monty during our group days were riding, I lived in Glen Burnie. At this apartment, we went to Royal Farms because there was the red box machines outside, and we were renting some movies before we went back to my apartment. There was a cop following us. You know how these cops do us at night. Pulled us over. Something was up with Mike's car. And I was like, I literally live 5 minutes down the road. And we just finished Chief and Heavy. So the cop opened the car, smelled it. And Monty was on point. Put the McDonald's bag in the book bag. Yada yada. Put your mind together. Put 2 and 2 together. So he was smart. Put the McDonald's food in the book bag. Zipped that bitch up. He's still smelling like ooh wee. Cop did his little basset hound sniff in the car when they're searching his shit. Then he popped his head out. I was like, man, it just smells like Mickey D's and weed in this bitch. Try not to laugh. The Monty stepped up like a G, like he was. It's like, man, don't even worry about it, man. Mike's license may be bad, but I got a legit license. Literally, my friend lives right down the road. Literally, you know where it is. I'm gonna drive straight. Mike will take care of the rest. It was like a 5-minute silence. And you know the rule is first one speaks loses. After you do a Jedi mind trick, basically tell them with conviction what it's going to be, and you don't take no for an answer. Then you let the person speak first loses. So it was awkward silence. And me and Mike had to help things up. And I was chill as a fan because me and Monty's been through this plenty of times. We had to teach Mike how to get in the game. Which Mike admitted he called me like a month ago. So I'm not saying anything me and him hasn't already talked about. And then the cop was like, all right, man, straight. You got a legit license? And my heart was, but you had to play the body language off like you already knew it was going to be like that. I was just happy I'm going home. I ain't going to no goddamn fucking Central Booking. Fuck that. I ain't going back to Central Booking. No, sir, on Cathedral Street. Cathedral Street, I think it was. Yada, yada. Fuck that. So, yeah, well, that was a forehead wiper. Like, Monty saved the day that night. Baby, yay. Yeah, that's a reminiscence. So, it's a bounce around hybrid video, basically. So basically, I don't drink, all right, because we've had a lot of adventures off of being a drunk Captain Jack Sparrow. I don't need that shit. Hence, I'm chilling. I don't do no drugs. I'm good. I'm in tune with Mother Nature. We don't play games on this bitch. Why do you have the Garden of Eden apple? Look at it. These cats will do anything to put their point their index finger. Look at him. He's an antichrist. First, he said I couldn't be the chosen one, or I couldn't be God because I was black. That was the time in 2020 when I was watching a lot of Rashad Jamal joint. People were so eked up in their feelings. But yada yadas. I am Mr. Ruffle of Feathers, and I'm Mr. Feather Ruffler. So I'm just doing what God told me to do and be a sword and divide the fake from the real. And to serve divine karmic justice. Hence, I squashed that shit with me and my stepmom, all right? So that's just done. And that's your last warning from God the Most High. So that's what it is. I don't need to say any more on that. But you already know I love you. But I'll love you from afar. Shit. Get yourselves right. That goes for anybody that betrayed and violated me. They'll never come back in my life unless they come towards me with truth, money, evidence, repentance. That's the only way back into my life. Otherwise, I'm going to continue spying, watching from afar, keep on creating fake profiles and trying to get the scoop on the brother. All the pathetic shit that all my collectives see on the lives, and we call you out all the time. Hence, I think I brought up Oshun Investigates. Like, yeah, she's always been real, straight, no nervousness at all. Okay, she's a grown woman, got a lot to protect. Like me, I'm a grown man, got a lot to protect. I never given nobody authorization to put my name in their mouth without me knowing about it. Not going to court with me not there, that's illegal. Anything that happens within this law or within basically anything that happens without me there, and you guys have the audacity to think that you're playing God in my life, it's illegal, period. If you never called me, if I never received anything from the probate lawyers or judges or summons and saying you got to go to court because they're saying this is your inheritance and you need to go there and prove that you're worthy of it. First of all, I never gave no one authorization to do anything to my inheritance that my grandparents left me at all. So that's a Rick James kneecap beater right there. But luckily, I surrendered, gave it to God. I'm just telling you what we can be doing legitly. Every time I name a violation, I'm like, man, we can go to your house right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because I know guilty people. I'm a body language king, so I can just go next to you. You can lie all you want, but my soul's going to tell me, nah, this bitch needs to get drop kicked, male or female. So I know that shit, and I've been having that feeling my whole life. Okay? I know what I know, and now I'm no longer denying my knowing. If you know, you know. Michael Caine voice. Never. Oh, Michael Caine face. And y'all study me like, oh my God, just nobody wants accountability, bada bing, bada bing. Stop the fuck up. Stop being fake, man. That's why y'all so threatened by me, but you live in a fake ass society. That you thought I needed your validation to be in your whack circle. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I don't do no small talk about a bitch. Oh, Michelle Malore, I'm glad to see you back out looking gorgeous as ever, too. I'm like, damn, I love the fact when we can take some hiatus, we come back even glowing more. That's when you know the power of God is real. And just because we glow up doesn't mean we sold our souls. You guys are projecting like a motherfucker thinking I sold my soul because I look good and my confidence and just because this and that. You guys are just so lower frequency focused. It's now disgusting. And I love the growth of that because at a time I did the most too, and all I thought about was sex and yada yada. Like my spirit's telling me now, like, yeah, we're getting horny. We're getting to the point we want to squeeze some cheeks again. Hence, I'm putting up a lot of cheek pictures of my own catalog. All right, these are my own cheeks. I'm not grabbing some random cheeks off the internet. Okay, this is my Google photo shit, my experiences. Some Eddie Griffin uncle type of shit. If you know, you know. Videos, VHS, but some of y'all I'll go over your head. Millennials and shit. So I got my own collection, and I'm getting to that phase. Like, yo, man, we need some good energy loving. It's been over over 7 years, 7 years. It's getting to that point, but I'll be obedient. I'm not just gonna be out here slinging my shit. Hence, y'all mad too. You thought I was gonna be out here gigolo and shit because y'all do something strange for some change. Not your boy over here. I've had my days of spreading cheeks and doing Wolf of Wall Street. All that shit's been documented. I already 8 miles, you guys. Already Eminem. Now tell me something I don't know about myself. Okay, you can't, so you just lie. And then the collective's like, that's not Zoe. That's not him at all. That's you. Now your mask are exposed. Now what are you going to do? Create a new identity or just repent and say, you know what, I did fuck up. I was just focused on the wrong thing. The devil took me over. Okay, I'm obsessed with Alonzo because I'm not him. I've always wanted to do music, but I never did music, so I was always envious of him, and I tried to project in his face like, "You guys are getting old. You're not good. What are you gonna do with your life? Your dad only left you the house. That's your only asset." Kept on saying that shit to justify your thievery. It ain't gonna work. Honestly, in my mind, every time he said that, I was like, "I know I got something out here. You think that house is the only thing that's my inheritance? Is shit. I'm a billionaire bloodline. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Cough up the money. Shit. Fuck out of here. Acting like you worked harder than me and shit. It's like, no, I'm the hardest working person on this planet. I don't care how many military badges and promotions you got. Shit. I work harder than everybody. Give a fuck. Love it or leave it. You should know it's fact. Now you can't make excuses. How's Alonzo doing all this shit? I said, if anybody can complain about Alonzo needs that he's tired, it's Alonzo. Get the fuck out of here. You can't even say it out your mouth, man. I'm overexhausted. Because I'm out here showing y'all some Energizer Bunny shit. There ain't no excuse over here. Especially with everything that's been thrown against me, and I'm still out here smiling and loving. Shit. And still helping other people, saving themselves from not offing themselves and shit. Still being a motivating character from GOD, the Most High. Shit. Mama Guy in the Galactic Federation. Shit. Animal Spirit Team Ancestors. Shit. You already know what it is. Shit. Y'all motherfuckers out here making excuses and shit. Y'all stuck in. Man, I left a lot of cats in the dust, man. I didn't even brag. That's braggalocious. Braggalicious. Them cats are still stuck in 2012, 2000. I mean, I can. Shit. Trying to put y'all's projections on the boy over here. Ain't gonna work. Oh, it's 43, 43. Perfect time. I think we'll wrap it up soon. And chill, play some more video games, and just be anxious to see what bullshit y'all got coming for me today. Because any energies you throw towards me, I transmute for my best benefit, health and wealth, baby, all day. I got a long, regal life ahead of me. I say that with pure conviction. Can you say the same thing about yourselves in the mirror? Without them things dancing behind you and shit? Look like them Disney fucking skeletons from the Halloween special back in the day. Just fucking, separating and coming back and shit and just dancing in front of that picket fence. Yeah, if you know, you know. That's some old school shit. Look it up. You got all the Grim Reapers, little minions dancing behind y'all every day. You can't even get in your car, look in your rearview mirror, and you stop driving. You got little shadowy passengers following you around. Seen a lot of videos with people's orbs floating in different ways. Like, that ain't a good orb right there. That's my ancestors draped in the Grim Reaper. You can tell good orbs, the good vibing fairy orbs versus them Grim Reaper, the Death Angel orbs. They definitely shape different. They definitely hit different. Heavy tongue flaps. So I'm just becoming more in tune and more comfortable in these powers and gifts. Because nobody, trust me, no one likes coming out here with conviction with no hardcore evidence in a lot of things. And you got to be led by your ancestors and other living entities. And you got to see your conviction and tell that shit and then connect some spiritual Sherlock Holmes dots. And then present your case to the spiritual court in the 3D and the 5D court. But once you're in tune with your gifts, you know what it is since birth, and you just do your breadcrumbs. You're like, man, this is who I am, and this is how I've always been. Hence, they always been threatened. Hence, look at all their actions. I have a great memory, so I can just go back in time and see. Because I'm a human psychology master, so it's like, if these actions didn't align with a person that had a genuine spirit, then they obviously have something they're hiding, which we break that down, and it breaks down they're guilty because of their my stolen identity and inheritance and all that shit. It makes sense. Okay, I've been guilty off some small shit, but the shit they've compared, whatever. I'm tired of talking about it. I literally am. That's my answer. It's like, you just wrap the shit up. But we got it out. Happy Wednesdays. If you guys are going through some shit, speak it bare chested. Fuck, I know. Their free will, they can use to. Fuck. I'm working on that because a lot of times it's just I want to Hulk shake you all so you can just be me. Like, I don't even want you. I don't even want to be patient and see your growth anymore. I'm like right there. Brittany the Cosmic Wifey said something yesterday. She's like, I appreciate how you see the potential in us chosen ones and you're patient. I laughed. I was like, you're right. I am patient. I do see the potential and I do have a soul contract with a lot of you all out here. Hence, I'm here to awaken you guys so when I transition to my next mission, I can be proud with my Obi-Wan tears at the fucking celebration after the Death Star fucking exploded in the cosmos. And I can say, yes, I left this mission with the right collective, not some Jonah Jameson fucking fake reporters that's just so scared of these fake ass witch covens. Yeah, and I don't care how many bodies they got. If you have God, there's nothing to fucking fear. Like, once again, I'm not like you guys. Okay, at times I believe we are, but if I'm not seeing the actions of the bravery like I have emulating from my body every day and the confidence of being yourself and loving who you are, and stop comparing yourself to other fake ass influencers. Once you get there, that's the name of the game. It's just be you all day, every fucking day. It doesn't matter who doesn't like it or not. If they're triggered by you, that means you're doing something right. Why are they triggered? Because you're being you. That's why I think Johnny Depp said it in a video I saw snippet. He was like, yeah, this is a world where people unfortunately have to follow behind the next man. He was basically saying people can't be themselves because you need to know somebody in order to get in this room with this person because you got to be out here faking them fun. And I've never followed that shit. Hence, God ordained this shit organically, narrated it, so we can finally put the right, pure-hearted, healthy-minded individuals in the position of power. We are the meek shall inherit the earth is what we're witnessing and transpiring now. And look up Jay. What's his name? Jay Gold or something. He's he's like a postmaster. And my brother put me on him years ago when I was learning the legalese and how the private life works and how these billionaires operate outside of this corrupted government system. And basically, Jay Gold, I don't mean no disrespect. He basically lets you know that the government we're seeing now is like a puppet government. The actual government actually shut down in 1999. They're operating illegally. The military's robots. They're doing all types of fuckery shit. taking advantage of the American people, the Jabberwockies and the poison that's now been found out. Dr. Fauci was involved in it. Their chromosomes were messed with, so now they're not even humans, they're transhumans. Like I told people in 2020, looked at me like I was fucking crazy, and it came true. I'm done with that. I'm not here to say I told you so, but I told you fucking so. Another apple biters. Oh, juicies. Fruit of truth. No, I love it. Delicious. Confirmation. So thank you, Spirit Team. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom, ancestors, Grandma, Grandpa, everybody, Mama Gaia, Yeshua, the Most High, the Scriptures, and all my true collective out here that are showing me that you're not a reporter, that you're actually a collective, and you're getting brave enough to actually provide the message the way it needs to, so you can actually pat yourself on the back at the end of every day and say, I actually did an authentic action to help God's collective. And I didn't piggyback off someone else's story and siphon someone else's energy so I can feel authentic. No, I generated this energy off myself, or you were inspired off me. And you can give me props out loud and not hide where you got your spark from. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Don't hide. Stop telling these people what they do. Let them show me what they're going to do. I love each and every one of you. Enjoy your Wednesdays and just be authentic if you can be. Have accountability if you can be. And if I'm wrong about any of these messages, show me facts. Bring your receipts. Okay? Don't hide in some secret courtroom meetings and you stand there puppy chested when you know damn well you wouldn't do none of these actions in front of me. Never mind, I know. It's in God's hands. You wouldn't. Yeah. So thank you. I'm glad I'm single, never been married to anybody, don't have any kids with anybody. I am mentally sane, strong mental fortitude. I'm a genius. Connected to God. I have nothing to hide. Never killed nobody. I'm not prostituting, not selling my body for anything. I'm single, haven't slept with anybody in over 7 years. I'm waiting for my soulmate. And the lines are open and people come to me where you're at. You don't need to dance and jump through hoops of fire. If you're authentic, I can work with you. As long as you're willing to grow, I'm willing to grow. I'm not perfect. So we can meet there. You don't need to be intimidated about me. Only people that are intimidated of me is people that have something to hide, in my opinion. Or the energy freaks. I'm just thinking from like, why are people intimidated? You know, if you're real, you're real. Real recognizes real. That's why that saying's there. It's like you have nothing to be intimidated by me. Okay. Don't worry about, oh well, if I admit that I like you, then that I have to admit that I have a lot of growing to do, and I don't want to do that, so I can't share your videos. And I have to dig down deep and do what you did, and I don't want to do that. I got something good going here. It's like I already know the whole demographic. I'm here to help you hopefully get out that mind frame. Like a lot of you guys helped me get out my old mind frame. We're here to help each other grow. If you know, you know, and no one's having a battle, G.I. Joe. Oh, 5333. Thank you, ancestors. 888. Love you. Take care. Be safe in your travel. And God blessful.